Hey, hi there boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. Got a couple of interesting games to start off the video. This one featuring Lewis Ilikoski in the ARL 44, and our first two games are going to feature quite heavily around the cap circle in a regular game. And when you get above about sort of tier 4 or 5, it's quite rare that a game will be settled on the cap circle in regular play. And even if it starts that way, quite often it won't end that way. But every now and then, people sometimes they just sort of lose track of the fact that the base is being capped. So the green team here have decided that they're maybe at least going to try it at the start. So we've got 3 tanks in the cap circle here. Lewis follows them down, takes a good position behind this wall. Yeah, I think the red team just lack a bit of coordination at this point. I think they don't realise what's going on until it's too late. Another interesting factor of trying this is sometimes it does force, especially on a map like this one, it can force enemy TDs to have to push rather than camp. Because if they don't, then they're going to lose the game, and all they've done is just sat there and watch it happen. So yeah, it's starting to bring some of the red players out, and Lewis is just going to sit here and play it cool as a cucumber and calmly deal with these guys as they keep turning up one by one, and they're going to make getting the win here look very, very simple actually. And it was just I wanted to feature the game because it's, as I say, it's quite unusual that that games are sort of settled this way, but Lewis is in no rush here. Even if he doesn't take the cap, he's got a good position, he's got some cover, and he's just going to keep pouring in the damage every single time one of the red fellas decides to come and have a look and see what's happening down here. So it's just very, very steady play, and I just found it quite interesting to watch. So Lewis poured in a bit of damage, he's taken a kill, and he's not really having to work too hard for this at all, really. He's making it look very, very easy. And we're already, 85 points into base capture. So again, another TD's had to leave his camping position and move round to see what's going on, and these guys are just one by one getting taken out. A complete lack of coordination from the Reds, and very, very quickly the game is over, and a very, very simple win. It'd be nice if all games were that simple, wouldn't it? So a bit of a celebratory blast there from Lewis. Not huge damage, but he picks up a kill. But I thought it was just a very interesting game, so thanks for the replay, mate. Okay, here we've got Tank Maestro from GTC1. He's rolling out in the Crusader 5 on mines, and yeah, this is an interesting one because initially I sort of watched the replay, and light tanks are they're very odd tanks to play well. Ultimately, you can't really afford to get in a brawl with these things. You've got to be a sniper. You simply don't have the armor to be able to front line these tanks, or sometimes even get close to the front line with these tanks. Now that sometimes is at odds with the fact that the light tank is supposed to be a spotter, so it's got to get itself out there and do some spotting. Generally speaking, the best light tank play will be you push a wide flanking position, you get the bad guys spotted, you either then turn around completely and go the other way and don't try and engage them and pick yourself a sniping position whilst your heavies and meds roll round, or you get yourself in a position of cover and just be a nuisance and draw fire that's not going to hurt you. Tank Maestro here has played it slightly differently than that, in that he's taking the long range sniper role, and that's what he's going to do. So at this time, there aren't many red tanks spotted. Now there is a leopard on the green team that is running around the place, and I think the green BDR has headed off towards the cap circle. So we are now getting to the point where reds are spotted, and this is light tanking as it should be done. From this point on, he's got himself a good position of cover here. He's got plenty of targets that are spotted in front of him. Admittedly, Tank Maestro wasn't doing a lot of that spotting, but this now is what light tanking is. This is rolling backwards and forwards, letting your fast firing gun do the work from distance whilst protecting your own tank, and he's going to do it very, very well. he's not really under any threat here. The game is still pretty even, down to 6 tanks each, and all the time he's got this position and he has multiple targets in front of him, he doesn't really need to relocate or push, and that is also the benefit of light tanks, in that when you cease to have these targets in front of you, then it's time to use your speed, get to another position where you can rinse, repeat and do the same, and Tank Maestro is going to do that very well in this game. So we've still got multiple targets in front of him. He does a beautiful job here. Bit of a blind shot there, but he knows where the guy is, then he anticipates where he's going to be, fires again and takes his first kill. As a good piece of predictive firing there. So lost sight on a few guys now, so he's going to slightly change his position. BDR is over there on the extreme right flank. The TD is doing what TDs do, so he's lost the ability to keep firing his gun, so doing exactly the right thing, use the speed to relocate. Now we've got an M4 here, definitely a low hit point target, and potentially Tank Maestro can afford to push on this guy a little bit. There aren't, he's not supported and he's a low hit point tank, so that's exactly what Tank Maestro is going to do here. He's now put him down to a one shot. He's desperately trying to maintain distance for him to finish this guy off. That's not quite going to go to plan, so he is going to have to push up on the guy. Attempts the quick snapshot there before the M4 dives back into cover. Unfortunately that one doesn't come off, so he is just going to close up on this guy and get him cleared for his second kill. So we're still looking at a pretty even game here. 4 tanks on 4. Tank Maestro has taken 2 kills, just over 850 damage. So the BDR is now pushing forward. He's now managed to get a spot onto the T1 heavy here. T1 gets cleared, so it's now looking very, very healthy for the green team. But Tank Maestro, again, he's not gonna start YOLOing around the place. He's gonna look after his tank. Wait until he can keep getting individual targets spotted, and then make his move. Now in this particular circumstance we've got 2 tanks spotted. It makes sense for Maestro to push around on the M7 here, tier 4 medium, rather than pushing on the heavy. That's exactly what he's going to do, take a flanking position, and there we go. In goes the shot for kill number 3. So now it's a 4-on-2 for the green team. Pretty much the victory is not under any doubt whatsoever. So he's got the side of the enemy heavy here, and assists in getting this guy cleared. Now this is where I think Tank Maestro shows good situational awareness here. Now we've got one more tank to clear. There's 4 green tanks, so yeah, everybody should be rushing at this guy and just getting him cleared. However, that isn't happening. Some of these guys are taking a little bit of time to actually get here, and if you look at the game clock, there's just over 1 minute 20 seconds to go. So Tank Maestro is going to try and get some shots into this guy. However, because he is on his own up here, they've lost the spot. They're now not entirely certain where this guy is, and we're now just over a minute until the end of the game. So I think Tank Maestro actually makes the right decision here, in that they want to make certain of the win. There are another 2 tanks that can potentially chase this guy down, but Tank Maestro wants to make absolutely certain of the win with less than 50 seconds on the clock remaining, so he's going to dash back into the cap circle and do his very best to make sure that no matter what occurs, green walk away with a win here. Potentially, yeah, you would argue just hunt the guy down, YOLO him and kill him, but why make it hard for yourself? This way guarantees the win. There's 2 other tanks there that might potentially take out the last remaining enemy TD, and if that doesn't work out, then fine, you've still guaranteed yourself the win. And I just thought that showed very good situational awareness from Tank Maestro there, keeping an eye on what was going on in the game. So yeah, there's the win, and a pretty nice game. He took hardly any damage in that game, did just over 1220 damage, and 3 kills. Good display of light tanking there. thanks very much for the replay, mate. Okay, here we are with Bob's tank from TMR WoT. Now, I featured one of his games the other day in this tank, in the Panther, and Bob played an absolutely fantastic game. I think in the commentary, mentioned that I potentially felt that there was an ace mastery on the cards there, and that maybe there were potentially some missed opportunities. Bob and I did have a little chat about that in Discord afterwards, but absolutely undeterred. He's not taking it lying down, is our Bob. He jumps straight back into the Panther 1, and he starts pouring in the damage in this match. And I'm happy to say this one he puts an absolutely outstanding display in here. So obviously this guy's isolated himself with the kind of damage that he can do with the fast firing gun on the Panther. Makes pretty short work, takes his first kill, and the game is not even a minute old. So we're now going to start to push towards the Reds. We see that we've got P43 here, who is in the game. Initially I thought he was AFK, but he's in the game, he's just fired. But he seems to be completely oblivious to the fact that Bob is pouring in the shells into him. So all the time that Mr. P43 is going to make it nice and easy, Bob's going to take advantage of that. And yeah, just look at the speed that he's pumping in the damage here. So makes pretty short work of him. We're a minute and a half into the game, and he's already racked up 2 kills and over 1,600 damage. So a very, very good start to the game. Now they're going to push over to the heavy flank, or traditionally where the C cap would be on this map in Supremacy. We've got a smasher up there, obviously a very dangerous tank. So Bob is going to place his shots. He's doing exactly what he needs to be doing with the firepower that smasher has. He really doesn't want to give him the opportunity to get a HE into him, so he's using this fast firing accurate gun to good effect. As soon as he loses spots on targets, he pushes forward and starts to engage the enemy tanks. Now the Tiger has pushed around here. The Red Tiger is doing exactly the right thing. He's doing his best to clear low hit point targets. That's given Bob the opportunity here to start pumping in the shells whilst he is preoccupied with other tanks. And yeah, look at I mean, he's just all the time that he's got multiple targets in front of him. When you've got a gun that fires this accurately and this quickly, I mean, you really can start to take the red team apart. Churchill 7 over there is well, basically, I think he was trying to angle, actually. I think he was just struggling with the terrain a little bit there. But he's effectively come out sideways, which has allowed Bob to stick a few shells into him. He's racked up over 3,000 damage now. He assists his teammate in clearing up the Tiger there. And it's a 2-on-2, so this game is by no means a formality. Churchill's come out sideways again, so yeah, Bob's doing the right thing here. Get this guy cleared. The big threat here is the Smasher. Smasher has now pushed round on him, and Bob's absolutely got to avoid getting HE'd here. He does take some damage, but nowhere near as much as the Smasher was potentially capable of inflicting on him. And now he's just got to push on this guy and hope that he can get enough damage in before Smasher gets his reload on, which he does for kill number 5 and over 4,200 damage. So well done, Bob. A well-earned ace mastery there. 5 kills, top gun, high caliber, all the toys. Just an absolutely fantastic display of medium tanking and showing exactly what the Panther can do, or the Panther can do when driven well. So thank you very much for the replay, Bob. Right, we're going to end this video on a really funny piece of footage that I was sent by Godslayer. Now, I think it was a couple of days ago, and there was an incident on the EU server where basically pretty much most of the server crashed. And Godslayer's game had obviously just started, and yeah, there was hardly anybody else who was moving. One other tank on the red team obviously managed to get moving, and the game started before the crash. So effectively, Godslayer has a 1-on-1 with this Tiger 2 here. He's gonna get this guy cleared up, and yeah, I mean, when I first started watching the replay, and I think Godslayer himself was a bit confused as to what was going on. But who doesn't like to see that? 6 enemy tanks, all AFK, right in front of you. Godslayer is obviously a bit perplexed, but thinking this is a great deal of fun. So I'm not going to show all of the footage, but you can kind of imagine what happens next. He's just going to go to town on these guys and take the opportunity to have a lot of fun and rack up some damage. So yeah, we're going to quickly edit through this a little bit, but we're going to blow up some of these lovely AFK tanks, and eventually he does in fact run out of time, and he's not able to clear the whole team. But yeah, 8,000 damage, 5 kills, and an ace mastery. Just absolutely hilarious, and I just thought that was a really funny note on which to end the game. So well done, Godslayer, mate. 8k damage. Anyway, I'd like to thank all of our contributors to the video this week. I'd like to thank you for watching and supporting the channel, and as always, good hunting and bye for now.